visit Natchez. Mr. Robert Pernell. Mr. Pernell, you're recognized to provide updates on the U.S. Colored Troops Monument and the Proud to Take a Stand Monument.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. I will start by updating you on the Proud to Take a Stand Monument. We have 8 additional names that was added to the monument. They are Clarence Bridgewater, Barbara Rose Carey, Rosella Ditson, Louis Easton, William Robertson, Irina Sproles.
Yes, sir.
And Eddie Williams and Ernest Williams. The landscaping has been completed. It looks really good. The grass around there is cut, and the lighting is ordered. We had a couple of different versions of it, and so the one that will fit best, which will reflect sort of like the Vietnam Memorial, be shining straight up the stone. That's the one that was chosen, and it's on order now. We were going to change out the panels, so 4 of the panels are in. I'm really glad of that. One is still out, but we'll be working on that this week, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, as soon as I can get hold of their number. And so we'll have new panels that and we can replace. We will put the older panels back where they belong. We borrowed them like 2 years ago or so. But anyway, that's moving forward. The time looper, which is technology that would tell a story, is in. Mr. Heat with Visit Natchez has that, and he will put that up or get it together. We'll work together to see can we get the same type of panel to set that particular technology is on. And we have the electrician ready to hook all this up, Mr. Harmon Nelson, once the lighting get in. So I think unless there's something I missed here, I think that's it for the Proud to Take a Stand Monument. Are there any questions on that?
I would like to say the lighting being ordered is identical to the lighting that is in place at the Vietnam Memorial in Washington. It will be beautiful, and we have had free consulting services on behalf of a company, Curtis Stout, that has done a lot of lighting projects throughout the country and throughout Mississippi. We'll hear more about Curtis Stout shortly. Just know that is a great company that donated their services to this project. Also, I met with Ms. McKenzie today and explained to her that it was our desire last year when we saved so much money on our health insurance renewal that some of that money be applied to these improvements, and we have been looking at it, and I believe she has identified an area in the city budget where that money is sitting there waiting. So I believe we're all on go, and the amount of money that we're looking at is $5,000. If it should go over that, we will be seeking contributions. It's just very important that we do this, and we want to invite everyone to come to a rededication that will take place on January the 17th of 2022. That is the occasion of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Alderwoman Early.
Yes, sir. I just want to thank Mr. Pernell and the committee that he worked with for all that they've done to make the adjustments to the monument. It really looks really good, Mr. Pernell. It really does. I talked with several members that were named, family members' names that were added. They're so pleased. And I just want to say thank you, and also thank the mayor and board for coming on board to make that come to fruition, adding those names to the monument. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
And thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next item, you have two documents I put on your desk, and your desk is, y'all got a lot of paper on that desk, but it talks about the U.S. colored troops, and it gives you some you know, who we are and kind of what we're doing. So I'll go through this fairly quickly. The one thing that we did want to do is to make sure that the Board of Aldermen and the mayor has the information that we have. So if there's a document that says 3 steps to find out whether you're a descendant or not, so if any of your constituents call you and say, okay, well, what do? You'll have some information to tell them. So that's the main reason why we did a document for that. So the U.S. Keller, well, I'm the chair, and then my vice chair is Carter Burns. I think everybody know Carter Burns with the Historic Natchez Foundation. Our purpose is to erect a monument to honor the more than 3,000 African-American men who served in the U.S. colored troops at Fort McPherson, as well as those Navy servicemen who were born in Natchez. We have 5 committees, and those committees are the design committee, that committee will recommend the design of the monument. We have a site committee. That committee will ultimately choose a site to where the monument will go. We have a history committee, which is Ms. Fontaine, who is very knowledgeable in all of this, if I can say that. But Ms. Fontaine will help our residents find out whether or not there are descendants, and she has a process to do that. And that process is laid out in the documents that you have. We also have a fundraising committee chaired by the Honorable Mayor Dan Gibson, and a couple of things we're trying to do really quick, and then I'll be done. We want to set up a 501c3 for fundraising purposes, obviously, and that's moving. The other thing is just a little bit about the meeting, the community meeting. We had 80 people there. 60 was in person, 20 was online. Everything that I've heard, it was a positive meeting. We had a little difficulty, but the meeting went on. And so one of the documents you have is what we passed out at the meeting, which basically gives the community an opportunity to respond. So there's a little question sheet, and I think that's on the second page. And the third page is the 3 steps for determining your relationship with the U.S. colored troops. So it kind of looks like that. So we wanted to make sure that this body had that information. So if they call your office, you know, you can always refer them to us, but it's nice for your constituents to know that you understand and you have this information as well. We have, let's see, I'm trying to kind of rush through this. The other important thing that I wanted to bring up tonight was there's a Dr. Frank Smith, who's the founding director of the Washington Hall of Honor, which is the memorial, the memorial monument Wall of Honor bears 209,145 men. And Dr. Smith is over that database. And he has committed to working directly with us. He's excited about what Natchez is doing as it relates to the U.S. colored troops. And that is a tremendous asset because those databases are pretty hard to maneuver. And to have the director of the national working with us directly to help guide us through that. So that was a very important and I think beneficial benefit to Natchez as we move forward. As we continue to move forward, though, we've set up our communications, which is the PR committee, Mr. Roscoe Barnes. We now have a Facebook page. We're on Instagram. We are on all of the platforms, and so we're spreading the word that way. We've been in the paper several times. So what we're trying to do is spread the word and do it in a way in which a lot of people now are on their cell phones, and so people can read about what we're doing and why we're doing it is the most important thing. The other thing I would want to do before I sit down is to thank this board and what you've done and how you've supported us. We've been before the Board of Supervisors to explain what we're doing, but this board has been instrumental in helping us get to where we are. And we've been using your facility. So I want to thank you on behalf of the full committee for that. Now, we have a long ways to go. Let me just put it that way. And so we've started early on how we're going to begin to raise money to pay for this, but we're not that interested anyway, in how much it costs. We want to make sure it's the best monument and that people will want to see it, and that it's accurate and it tells the story. And all of those things will benefit Natchez, Adams County in the long run. So we're partnering with the school, with Colin. There's going to be a presentation by Ms. Fontaine at Colin College. I think it's next week, but at any rate, I'll be there. So we're just getting it out there. And what we would ask of you is to help us do that with your Facebook page and with the people that you know. Just kind of spread the word. Any questions, let us know. We'll get the answer. And if we can't, we will certainly let you know that as well. Any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you very much.
I think you covered it really well. Mr. Pernell, thank you for all you do. And we thank everyone. And I want to